let me give you an example of why Mumbai sees this kind of waterlogging, and there are several reasons. In fact, there is a whole explainer that we put out as well as to how these kind of areas. Now, what you see in front of you in these pictures is a low-lying area, and obviously you can see vehicles struggling through, as at least knee-deep or waist-deep water in several areas like this. But why is this area like this? Because this, what you see in front of you, is a low-lying area, which means when there is heavy rain in Mumbai, the water will come and collect here, and then of course it will drain out from here. And if there's very heavy rain, then it will take about a couple of hours to drain out. But this is of course irrespective of the tide. Now if I can ask my camera person to turn around and show you the other side. That side, of course, you can see completely dry, no water. Why? Because that's a higher area and the water is flowing down from there to all these areas. So obviously this is something that is a situation that we see all across Mumbai every day. So during monsoon. So this explains the topography of the city. The topography of the city is such that some areas will not have water, some will have water like this, and that is of course the topography. Along with that, there is another very important factor that leads to waterlogging in several areas in Mumbai. That is the tide. Now, if there's a high tide, the stormwater drains of Mumbai, there are gates that shut, because that means the sea water, which is now at a higher level due to the high tide, cannot flow back into the city through the stormwater drains. At that time, there are pumps working. So, moment the tide subsides, which takes about 6 hours, it's a daily cycle, the water drains out along with the low tide, which kicks in. So that is of course one thing. Then of course you have encroachments across drains. You have several other factors like, weather patterns. For example, the drainage system in Mumbai is built for an evenly spread out monsoon with, several heavy rainfall days. What we now see is the monsoon pattern itself changing, which means several very high rainfall days, dry spells in between, followed by again several very high rainfall days. And that again leads to waterlogging like this in low-lying areas. Where I am is a low-lying area, as you can see. In front there, of course, is a higher area. So if you turn around, that side you'll see people are absolutely walking fine, the traffic is fine, no problem at all. Why? Because it's a higher area. And you can see the slope of the road also. And that will of course give you an idea of what is a low-lying area and what is a higher area. And